Hello and welcome again to the Denodo online studio. For our online audiences, we appreciate you hanging around. There's some great sessions today. I am Suresh Chandrasekharan, Senior Vice President for Denodo and your host. And I have our guest here, Bart de Groove from InfoRoad of Belgium. So Bart, why don't you explain to us your role and what InfoRoad is?
Thank you. I'm Bart de Groeve. I'm a practice leader of InfoRoad. That is the Belgian partner of Denodo, as you know. I've been active in BI for since '98, I believe, and in the role of BI architect and program manager. Now, most important part is that we founded InfoRoad last year. InfoRoad is a company on the Belgian market and also France and Netherlands, Benelux. We deliver BI services to our customers, and we have a strong focus on data virtualization. We strongly believe in the concept of data virtualization, and that's where we meet Denodo. So we are Denodo partner in Belgium, and that's what we do.
Fantastic. You know, one of the things I always say is that focus is very important. And even though InfoRoad is, relatively speaking, a smaller firm, it's a boutique, your focus has already yielded a great result. We have a great joint customer in BNP Paribas in their asset management group. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So when we talk about that customer, and you're also working on, I think, 2 or 3 other opportunities with Denodo in the French-speaking market, can you tell me what are some of the common threads, themes that you're seeing in terms of the challenges that these customers face, or sort of trends in the analytics BI market?
Yeah. Well, I think there are a few. Let me name 3, if that's okay for you.
Sure.
We have the data discovery. I think none of the trends I will mention is quite new, but there are still big challenges.
Sure.
Data discovery, that is going beyond the BI reporting, the normal reporting, finding patterns in data, that's where you derive your strategy from as a company.
Yeah.
It's one thing, you need to have data available.
Right.
Second thing is BI self-service, and that's the enormous spread there is between BI self-service towards business and actually still taking control over your situation. That's enormous spread, and I think also there data virtualization can mean a lot, and Denodo can mean a lot because of the semantic layer that is available in the tool. Maybe a last one, what we often see now is our hybrid BI architectures.
Yes.
Data on-premise, data in the cloud, nice, but how do you deal with that? How do you get access to all information? And again, just to name 3 trends, but 3 trends where data virtualization can mean a lot and can absolutely help.
And so with some of the customers you're now working with and prospects you're working with, do they bring up data virtualization, or are you introducing the concept to them? And I'm just curious, what is their reception to it? Are they responsive once they understand what this means and to these challenges?
Well, I think the concept of data virtualization is well known on the Belgian market. We don't have to explain to prospects or to customers what it is.
Okay.
There's just some hesitation because it's quite new as a product on the Belgian market. So that's why it was very important to have our first customers, and that will have the ball rolling, let's say. Yeah. So no, we don't have to explain it, but there is the usual concern. Okay, data virtualization, but what about performance? That's a typical first question.
Yeah.
And we go into that topic and we show them that that should not be a concern.
Yeah, you talked about, access to data, self-service. So are you also having good conversations on the business side where they see the value, access to disparate data sources, being able to, seamlessly migrate information from one place to the other, faster response times? Is it mostly IT, or are you also able to see the business people starting to see the value of this?
Well, we are lucky. It starts with IT, but business is invited to see, okay, what are the possibilities? And then you can show them that no matter where the information is, you can access it.
Okay.
And you can consume it in many different ways. So it's easy to prove actually,
Okay.
and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think one of the things that InfoRoad has done is really invest your people's time and resources into learning about data virtualization or case studies, and you're actually quite articulate in being able to explain the value. Yet at the same time, we're a young partnership, and first of all, thank you for being a sponsor at the first inaugural DataFest in Europe. But why don't you tell me a little bit about the partnership and its evolution? And in fact, I'd like to hear also what we can do as a company to enable partners like you.
Yeah. Well, if you take a look at the partnership, there are two things. Denodo is the market leader, has the good product, the great product. We, as part of the Kronos Group, InfoRoad is part of the Kronos Group in Belgium.
Kronos, yeah.
We know the market, we have the contacts. So when you throw that together, you have a mix where we can act as some kind of advisor to our customers, and we can, in that way, also help Denodo. So indeed, we have a focus on data virtualization, and that brings some challenges with it. We are all BI experts. We have a strong BI background. That's not a problem. But then there's the Denodo specific thing. So what we expect from Denodo towards us as partner is, of course, education, I would say, but
training and education, yes.
Best practices within that data virtualization tool, also very important, and that's only to name two. But I believe that we can look back and conclude that so far the road we gone together, that was absolutely positive, and that we got answers for instance, the two things I named here. So,
sure. Well, we can always do that better. So I'm glad that you pointed out education, training, and best practices in terms of implementation. And I'm sure once we've done the second, third, fourth, you will be teaching us what are the best practices also. So I'm confident of that. Well, thank you so much for joining us here again, Bart, and pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of the show.